Cho everybody, NZ Blazing here, back with another video. As today I've got a squad builder around the Denver Nuggets, as I'm back in the 2015-2016 NBA season, and it's going to be surrounded by Nikola Jokic at 6'11", age 20, and an 80 overall and 36 badges in his first season for the Denver Nuggets, alongside Gallinari, Moutier, Gary Harris, Joseph Nurkic, Will Barton, Mike Miller, and Jameer Nelson to make up your Denver Nuggets team. As I've got it on Hall of Fame, 12-minute quarters, injuries are turned off, trades are turned off, so we'll see how well Nikola Jokic can do for the Denver Nuggets in his rookie season. As there's going to be Embiid's going to be in the Sixers, even though he was drafted in 2000 the following year, but it's all good. Only because he was injured all of the season beforehand, but I've turned injuries off, so he'll be playing again. But anyway, we're going to simulate Nikola Jokic's rookie season. So we're going to go from October 19th to November 5th. So we'll finish all of October and go to the start of November. So we'll get started and we'll simulate through. So we take a tough loss to the Jazz, a loss to the Warriors, a win against OKC, then lose to Portland, lose to the Lakers, lose to the Jazz, lose to the Lakers, lose to OKC, and lose to the Spurs. So we start off 1 win and 8 losses. So we'll check the loss against the Jazz. A 20-piece for Derek Favors, Trey Burke with 18, Rudy Gobert with 17 points and 21 rebounds, so a double-double. 27 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks for Nikola Jokic. 15 points for Will Barton, Gallinari with 13, and Jusuf Nurkic with 9 points, 13 rebounds. And we move on to a loss against Golden State. 23 points for Klay Thompson, 21 for Marquise Spades, 20 points and 13 assists for Steph Curry, so a double-double. Draymond Green with 16 points and 10 rebounds, so a double-double. 18 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, and a block for Nikola Jokic. 14 points for Gary Harris and Moutier with 13. And then the win against OKC. 19 points for Jusuf Nurkic, Will Barton with 17. Nikola Jokic has 17 points, 6 rebounds, 12 assists, and 2 steals, so a double-double. Moutier with 17 points, Gary Harris with 14, and Gallinari with 14. 34 for Dion Waiters, 23 points, 12 rebounds, and 12 assists for Westbrook, so a triple-double. 15 for Kevin Durant. And we move on to a loss against Portland. A 40-piece for Dame Lillard, 35 for CJ McCollum, Chris Kaman with 15, and Pat Connaughton with 13. Nikola Jokic with 20 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal, so another double-double. 16 for Will Barton, Jusuf Nurkic with 14, Gary Harris with only 13. And then the loss to the Lakers, 23 points and 13 rebounds for the Joker, so a double-double with 7 assists. 15 points for Will Barton, 13 for Mike Miller, and 12 points for Jusuf Nurkic. 26 points for D'Angelo Russell, 24 for Julius Randle, and 20 points for Kobe Bryant. And then the loss to the Jazz, a 20-point game for Jameer Nelson, Jusuf Nurkic with 17, Moutier with 14, and Nikola Jokic struggled with 13 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and a block. 25 points for Gordon Hayward, 25 points and 16 rebounds for Rudy Gobert, so a double-double. 23 for Trey Burke. And then the loss to LA Lakers, 21 points for D'Angelo Russell, 19 for Lou Williams, 18 points and 10 rebounds for Julius Randle, so a double-double. 16 for Larry Nance and 14 for Kobe. 26 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal for Nikola Jokic, but he fouls out, but he still gets a double-double. 15 for Will Barton and 12 points for Jusuf Nurkic. And then the loss to start November against OKC. 31 for Russell Westbrook. Kevin Durant with 26 points and 15 rebounds, so a double-double. 22 for Dion Waiters and 15 for Steven Adams. Nikola Jokic with 26 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. 18 points for Yusuf Nurkic, Mudiay with 17 and Gallinari with 12. We move on to a loss against the Spurs. 18 points for Jokic, 6 rebounds and 7 assists. 12 points for Barton, 12 points for Gallinari, and 11 points for Nurkic. 27 points for Kawhi Leonard, 21 for Tony Parker, 21 for Ginobili, 14 points for Tim Duncan, and LaMarcus Aldridge with 13 points and 16 rebounds, so a double-double. We move on and we'll simulate from November 5th to November 25th with a 1-8 record in Nikola Jokic's rookie season, so we'll simulate through. We take a loss to the Spurs, then we get our second win over the Pacers, then we lose to the Celtics, lose to the Bulls, lose to the Knicks, win against the Mavs, lose to the Mavs in the back-to-back, lose to Detroit, lose to OKC, and lose to the Clippers on November 25th. So as of November 25th, we've got a record of 3 wins and 16 losses. So check the loss against San Antonio. 24 points for Tony Parker, 22 for Kawhi Leonard, LaMarcus Aldridge with 16, and Tim Duncan with 14 points and 19 rebounds, so a double-double. 25 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, and a steal for Nikola Jokic. 17 for Jameer Nelson, Mudiay with 14. And then the win against the Pacers, 22 points and 13 rebounds for Paul George, so a double-double. 20 for Monte Ellis and 15 for Miles Turner. 24 points and 11 rebounds for Nikola Jokic, so a double-double with 6 rebounds and 5 steals. A 20-piece for Jameer Nelson, 19 for Gallinari, and Yusuf Nurkic with 19 points and 13 rebounds, so a double-double. Mike Miller with 15 and Barton with only 14. And then the loss to the Celtics, 29 points for Avery Bradley, 28 points and 11 assists for Isaiah Thomas, so a double-double. 16 for Jay Crowder, and 10 points and 14 rebounds for Jared Solinger, so a double-double. 16 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals for Jokic, so a double-double. 14 points and 13 rebounds for Yusuf Nurkic, so a double-double. 12 points each for Will Barton and Mudiay. And then we move on to the loss against the Bulls. 19 points and 10 rebounds for Jimmy Butler, so a double-double. 18 for Pau Gasol, 15 for Mike Dunleavy, and Bobby Portis Jr. with 12. 19 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists, and 2 blocks for Nikola Jokic, so another double-double. 15 points for Mike Miller, 15 for Mudiay, and 12 points and 12 rebounds for Yusuf Nurkic, so a double-double. Then we move on to the loss against the Knicks. A 30-piece for Yusuf Nurkic, 13 for Gary Harris, 13 for Gallinari, 12 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, a steal, and a block for Nikola Jokic, so another double-double. 42 points and 17 rebounds for Kristaps Porzingis, so a double-double. 18 points and 10 rebounds for Carmelo Anthony, so a double-double. And then the win against the Mavs, 21 points and 16 rebounds for Dirk Nowitzki, so a double-double. 19 for Raymond Felton, 16 for Chandler Parsons. A 20-piece for Gary Harris. Nikola Jokic with 19 points and 10 rebounds, so a double-double. Gallinari with 16 points and 10 rebounds, so a double-double. 13 points for Bill Barton and Yusuf Nurkic. We move on to the back-to-back loss against the Mavs. 23 points and 12 rebounds for Dirk, so a double-double. 19 for Deron Williams, 19 for Raymond Felton. 21 points, 14 rebounds, and 11 assists for Nikola Jokic, so his first triple-double. 21 for Mike Miller. Yusuf Nurkic with 14 points and 10 rebounds, so a double-double. And then the loss to Detroit. 19 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists for Nikola Jokic, so a double-double. 18 for Mike Miller. Yusuf Nurkic with 15 points and 15 rebounds, so a double-double. 15 for Mudiay, 13 for Nelson, and 12 for Gallinari. Reggie Jackson with 19. Andre Drummond with 18 points and 11 rebounds, so a double-double. 17 for Brandon Jennings. Marcus Morris Sr. with 16, and Spencer Dinwiddie with 13. And then the loss to OKC, a 30-piece for Kevin Durant, 28 points, 12 rebounds, and 12 assists for Westbrook, so a triple-double. 20 points each for Dion Waiters and GJ Augustine. And then Steven Adams with 13 points and 14 rebounds, so a double-double. 26 points and 11 rebounds for Nikola Jokic with 7 assists, 3 steals and a block, so another double-double. 22 each for Will Barton and Gary Harris. Moutier with 16. And we move on to the loss against the Clippers. 25 points and 10 assists for Chris Paul, so a double-double. 20 piece for DeAndre Jordan, 18 for JJ Redick, 17 for Crawford, 14 points and 10 rebounds for Blake Griffin, so a double-double. 21 points for Gary Harris, Mike Miller with 20, Gallinari with 18, Yusuf Nurkic with 16 points and 15 rebounds, so a double-double. Nikola Jokic with 14 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists and 2 steals, shooting 6 of 13 from the field. And we move on and we'll do the end of November into December. So we'll go from November 25th to December 18th with a 3-16 record. So we'll simulate through. We end up losing to the Rockets, so we take back-to-back losses to the Rockets. Then we start December with a loss to Atlanta, and then we lose to New Orleans, lose to the Mavs, lose to Portland, lose to the Jazz, lose to Washington, and get a win over the Lakers. And we'll go to December 25th, so we'll go to Christmas Day. We lose to the Hornets, lose to Memphis, and we go to 23rd, and we lose to Portland, and we lose to Phoenix on Christmas Day. So as of December 25th, we've got 4 wins and 28 losses. So we'll check the loss against the Rockets, the back-to-back losses against the Rockets. 19 for Gallinari, 12 points each for Nelson and Moutier, 11 points for Gary Harris, 11 points, 13 rebounds and 6 assists for Nikola Jokic, so a double-double. Yusuf Nurkic with 11 points and 10 rebounds, so a double-double with 6 assists and 2 blocks. And then we move on with James Harden with 39, Corey Brewer with 14, and Jason Terry with 14. And then back-to-back losses to the Rockets. 18 points and 11 rebounds for Will Barton, so a double-double. 17 points for Nurkic. 12 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal for Nikola Jokic. So he's got another double-double. 32 points and 13 rebounds for Harden, so a double-double. 18 points and 13 rebounds for Clint Capella, so a double-double. And Trevor Ariza with 16. And then the loss to Atlanta to start December. 22 for Tim Hardaway Jr., Jeff Teague with 21, Kyle Korver with 20, Nikola Jokic with 16 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists and 1 steal in 18 minutes, but he fouls out. 15 points for Will Barton, Yusuf Nurkic with 14 points and 11 rebounds, so a double-double, and 12 points each for Gary Harris and Moutier. And in the loss against New Orleans, 37 points and 24 rebounds and 6 blocks for Anthony Davis, so a double-double. Jrue Holiday with 16, Eric Gordon with 10, and Ish Smith with 10. 24 for Gallinari, Nikola Jokic with 17 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists and a steal, so a double-double. 15 points for Yusuf Nurkic, but he fouled out, and 9 points for Moutier. And then the loss to the Mavs, 29 points for Gary Harris, 26 for Will Barton, and 26 points, 12 rebounds, 13 assists for Nikola Jokic with a block, so another triple-double. Jameer Nelson with 12, but he fouled out. Gallinari with 12, and Yusuf Nurkic with 12 points and 21 rebounds, so a double-double. 32 points and 15 rebounds for Dirk Nowitzki, so a double-double. Raymond Felton with 29, Deron Williams with 19, JaVale McGee with 16 points and 12 rebounds, so a double-double. And in the loss to Portland, a 40-piece for CJ McCollum, 23 for Damian Lillard, Chris Kaman with 18 points and 11 rebounds, so a double-double. 21 points for Gallinari, Yusuf Nurkic with 13 points and 12 rebounds, so a double-double. 12 points for Gary Harris, 12.7 rebounds, 4 assists in 21 minutes for Nikola Jokic, but he fouls out. And then the loss to the Jazz, 19 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 steals for Nikola Jokic. 12 points for Barton, 12 points for Gary Harris, and 10 points for Gallinari, and 10 points and 11 rebounds for Yusuf Nurkic, so a double-double. 29 points and 10 rebounds for Hayward, so a double-double. Rudy Gobert with 17 points and 11 rebounds, so a double-double. Trey Burke with 15 and Alex Burks with 14. And in the loss to Washington, 22 points and 12 rebounds with 7 assists and a steal for Nikola Jokic, so a double-double. 18 for Mike Miller, Gallinari with 13, Jamal Nelson and Will Barton with 11 points each. 27 points and 16 assists for John Wall, so a double-double. 26 for Bradley Beal, 22 for Kelly Oubre Jr. And in the win against the Lakers, 28 points for Julius Randle, 22 for Jordan Clarkson, 15 points and 10 rebounds for Lou Williams, so a double-double. 12 points and 20 rebounds for Roy Hibbert. D'Angelo Russell with 10 points and Kobe Bryant with 7. And in the loss to the we didn't check the box score for Nuggets. 23 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal, and 3 blocks for Nikola Jokic, so a double-double. 18 each for Gary Harris and Yusuf Nurkic. And in the 3-point loss to the Hornets, 22 points for Gallinari, Will Barton with 21, Jokic with 14 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, and 2 steals. 13 points for Jameer Nelson. 19 points and 12 rebounds for Bismarck Biyombo, so a double-double. 18 points for Jeremy Lamb. 17 points and 14 assists for Jeremy Lin, so a double-double. And in the loss to Memphis, 14 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal for Jokic, so a Jokic he gets 14 points, 9 rebounds, and an assist. 13 for Barton and 13 for Moutier. 24 points and 15 rebounds for Randolph, so a double-double. Matt Barnes with 17 points and 10 rebounds, so a double-double. 17 for Jeff Green, 13 for Connolly, and 12 for Vince Carter. And then the loss to Portland, 26 points, 15 rebounds, 10 assists for Nikola Jokic, so another triple-double. 20 piece for Yusuf Nurkic, 17 each for Gallinari and Jameer Nelson. And then 10 points for Moutier, 43 points for Dame Lillard, 23 for CJ McCollum, and 10 points and 13 rebounds for Mason Plumlee, so a double-double. And then the loss to Phoenix on Christmas Day, 28 points and 14 rebounds on with 5 assists for Nikola Jokic, so a double-double. 16 for Will Barton, Mike Miller with 14, and Gallinari with 12. And then Jameer Nelson with 11 points and 11 assists, so a double-double. And Yusuf Nurkic with 11 points and 18 rebounds, so a double-double. 32 points and 10 rebounds for Brandon Knight, so a double-double. 17 for Booker, 17 for Marquise Morris, and 15 for Bledsoe. And we move on and we'll finish December into January. So we go from December 25th to January 15th. So we'll simulate through. We end up taking back-to-back losses against the Kings, then lose to Miami to finish December, and then we start January with a loss to... We lose to the Celtics to start January, then we win against Minnesota, lose to the Clippers, lose to the Cavs, lose to the Lakers, lose to the Suns, lose to the Clippers, and then lose to the Magic. So it's not looking good for Nikola Jokic's rookie season. We've got a record of 5-38. So we'll check the loss against the Kings. 33 points and 13 rebounds for DeMarcus Cousins, so a double-double. 22 points and 12 rebounds for Carlos Boozer, so a double-double. Rondo with 17 points and 11 rebounds, so a double-double. Nikola Jokic with 17 points, 15 rebounds, and 4 assists, so a double-double. 16 points each for Gallinari and Moutier, and 11 points for Gary Harris, and 10 points for Will Barton. And then the back-to-back losses to the Kings, 21 points and 15 rebounds for DeMarcus Cousins, so a double-double. 18 for Ben McLemore, 13 for Carlos Boozer. 27 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 2 blocks for Jokic, so a double-double. 15 for Nurkic and 13 for Moutier. And then the loss to the Heat, 26 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists for Nikola Jokic, so a double-double. Gallinari with 16 and Gary Harris with 13. 22 for Gordon Dragic, 17 for Jason Richardson, or Josh Richardson, 14 for Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade with 13 points. And then the loss to Boston, 21 points and 14 rebounds with 5 assists, 3 steals and 3 blocks for Nikola Jokic, so another double-double. Jusuf Nurkic with 15, 11 points for Gary Harris, 10 points each for Barden and Moutier. 22 points for Avery Bradley, 22 for Kelly Olynyk, and 15 for Isaiah Thomas. And then the win against Minnesota, 22 points for Andrew Wiggins, Zach LaVine with 19, Ricky Rubio with 12 points, 36 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal, and 3 blocks for Nikola Jokic. 21 for Jameer Nelson, 13 for Gallinari, 12 for Moutier, and 11 for Mike Miller. We move on to the loss against the Clippers. 24 points for Moutier, 17 for Will Barton, 17 points, 18 rebounds, 13 assists, a steal, and 3 blocks for Nikola Jokic, so a triple-double. 11 points for Gallinari, 10 points for Gary Harris, and 9 points and 11 rebounds for Jusuf Nurkic, a 20-piece and 11 rebounds for DeAndre Jordan, so a double-double, 19 for Chris Paul, Blake Griffin with 17 points and 16 rebounds, so a double-double, JJ Redick with 15, and then the loss against the Cavs, 19 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal for Nikola Jokic, so another double-double. 16 for Jameer Nelson, Mike Miller with 16, and Moutier with 16. 32 points for Kyrie Irving, 29 points, 14 rebounds for LeBron James, so double-double. 27 for J.R. Smith, and 13 for Richard Jefferson. And then the loss against LA, 32 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a block for Nikola Jokic. 15 for Gallinari, 13 for Moutier, and 12 for Will Barton. 26 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists, and a steal for Randall, so a triple-double. 22 points and 12 rebounds for Lou Williams, so a double-double. 21 for Kobe and 12 for D'Angelo Russell. And then the loss to the Suns, 27 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal for Nikola Jokic. 18 points and 10 rebounds for Nurkic, so a double-double. 17 for Will Barton, Gary Harris, Mike Miller, and Moutier, all with 13 points. 35 for Brandon Knight, 18 for Bledsoe, 17 for Devin Booker, and 15 for Tyson Chandler. And then the loss to the Clippers, 38 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists for Blake Griffin, so a triple-double. 27 for Chris Paul, 18 for JJ Redick. 22 for Nikola Jokic with 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal. 16 points for Nurkic, Will Barton with 15, and Moutier with 12. And then the loss against the Magic, 22 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal for Nikola Jokic, so a double-double. 16 for Moutier, 14 each for Jameer Nelson and Will Barton. 13 for Mike Miller and Nurkic with only 12 points. 23 points for Vucevic, Tobias Harris with 19, Victor Oladipo with 18, and Alfred Payton with 17 points and 11 rebounds, so a double-double, and Aaron Gordon with 16. We move on and we'll finish January, so we'll go from January 15th to January 31st with a 5-38 record, so we'll simulate through. Take another loss to Portland, then a win against Minnesota, then a lose to the Pacers, lose to OKC, lose against the Pelicans, win against the Bucks, lose to the 76ers, and then win on January 31st against New Orleans. So we've got an 8 wins and 43 losses as of January 31st. So we'll check the loss on January 17th against the Trailblazers. 39 points for Will Barton, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 10 assists, 3 steals, and a block for Nikola Jokic, so a double-double. 16 for Gary Harris, 11 points and 13 rebounds for Jusuf Nurkic, so a double-double. 11 points for Moutier, 58 points for Dame Lillard, 27 for CJ McCollum, and 12 points for Chris Kaman. And then the win against Minnesota, 31 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists for Nikola Jokic, so a triple-double. Jusuf Nurkic with 18, Jameer Nelson with 15, and Will Barton with 12. 23 points for Zach LaVine, Karl Anthony Towns with 21, 17 for Kevin Martin, and 17 for Andrew Wiggins. And then the loss to the Pacers, 28 points, 15 rebounds, 12 assists for Nikola Jokic, so a triple-double. 15 points and 15 rebounds for Nurkic, so a double-double. 15 for Moutier, 13 for Gallinari, 11 points for Gary Harris and Jameer Nelson with 10 points. 37 points for Paul George, Miles Turner with 20 points and 10 rebounds, so a double-double. 16 for Monte Ellis and Lance Stevenson with 13. And in the loss to OKC, 23 points for Gallinari, 22 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal and 2 blocks for Nikola Jokic, 13 for Will Barton, Jusuf Nurkic with 13 points and 11 rebounds, so a double-double. 41 points for Kevin Durant, 22 for Dion Waiters, 21 points, 13 rebounds, 12 assists for Russell Westbrook, so a triple-double. And in the loss to New Orleans, 35 points for Tyreek Evans, 22 points and 17 rebounds for Anthony Davis, so a double-double. Kendrick Perkins with 12 points, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals and 2 blocks for Nikola Jokic. 19 for Will Barton, Jusuf Nurkic with 16 points and 18 rebounds, so a double-double. 15 points for Gallinari, and in the win against the Bucks, 18 points for Jabari Parker, 18 points and 11 rebounds for Greg Monroe, so a double-double. Giannis Antetokounmpo with 15 points and 16 rebounds, so a double-double. 12 points for Middleton. And then Will Barton with 31 points, Jokic with 24 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 4 steals and a block. 18 points and 12 rebounds for Jusuf Nurkic, so a double-double. Jameer Nelson with 12 and Mike Miller with 11. And in the loss to the 76ers, 24 points and 12 rebounds for Nerlens Noel, so a double-double. Embiid with 22 points and 10 rebounds, so a double-double. 19 points for Nikola Jokic, 9 rebounds, 7 assists and a steal for Nikola Jokic, 16 for Moutier, 14 points and 11 rebounds for Gallinari, so double-double, 13 for Will Barton and 12 points for Jusuf Nurkic, and then the 2-point win against New Orleans to finish January, 18 points for Jameer Nelson, Jokic with 17 points, 15 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals and 4 blocks, so double-double. 16 for Will Barton and 15 for Jusuf Nurkic. 25 points for Anthony Davis, Eric Gordon with 16, and Jrue Holiday with 14. We move into February, so we'll go from January 31st to February 26th. So we'll simulate through, and here it goes. We'll re-simulate February again. And we start February with a win against Golden State, a win against Atlanta, then lose to Minnesota, win against Minnesota in the back-to-back, lose against the Magic, win against the Hornets, lose to Miami, win against the Mavs before All-Star, then lose against the Cavs after All-Star, and then come back with a win against Memphis, and then lose to the Clippers, and we'll go to February 28th to the end of Feb, and then we lose to the Rockets. So at the end of February 28th, we got 14 wins and 49 losses. So we'll check the win against Golden State to start February. So we'll check the box score. Nikola Jokic with 23 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists, 3 steals and a block, so a triple-double. 21 for Gallinari, 17 for Gary Harris, Will Barton with 15, and Jusuf Nurkic with 15, and Mike Miller with 15. 32 for Klay Thompson, a 20-piece and 14 assists for Steph Curry, so a double-double. 13 for Harrison Barnes, and Marcus Bates with 13. And in the win against the Atlanta Hawks, 28 points and 15 rebounds and 4 assists for Nikola Jokic, so a double-double. A 20-piece for Gallinari, Moutier with 19 points, and Jusuf Nurkic with 14 points and 11 rebounds, so a double-double. 33 points for Jeff Teague, Kyle Korver with 17, and Mike Muscala with 15. And then the loss to Minnesota. And we've got the All-Star draft first. So it's going to be Team Steph versus Team LeBron. So in Steph Curry's team, we've got Steph Curry starting with alongside Carmelo Anthony, KD, Blake Griffin, and D Wade. And in the reserves are Russell Westbrook, Damian Lillard, Paul George, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, DeAndre Jordan, and Dirk Nowitzki. And then Team LeBron has got LeBron James as the captain. And it's got alongside him starting is James Harden, Anthony Davis, John Wall, DeMar DeRozan. And then on the bench for the reserves are going to be Chris Paul, Giannis Antetokounmpo, DeMarcus Cousins, Embiid, Kyrie Irving, Kemba Walker, and Kristaps Porzingis. So now we'll check the box score of the loss to the Timberwolves. 28 points for Zach LaVine, a 20-piece for Karl Anthony Towns, and Kevin Martin with 17, and Wiggins struggled with only 7. 16 points for Will Barton, Mike Miller with 14, Nikola Jokic with only 8 points, 15 rebounds, and 6 assists. And then the win against Minnesota in the back-to-back, 15 for Barton, 15 for Gallinari, 15 points and 14 rebounds for Nurkic, so a double-double, 14 for Miller, 12 for Moutier, 9 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists for Nikola Jokic, but he fouled out. A 20-piece and 13 rebounds for Karl Anthony Towns, 16 for Martin, 12 points for Drew R.G. Dang, Kevin Garnett with 10 points and 12 rebounds, so a double-double. And then the loss to the Magic, 21 points and 13 rebounds for Dwayne Dedmon, so a double-double. Fournier with 19, Vucevic with 17, Gordon with 12, 11 points and 11 rebounds for Alfred Payton, so a double-double. A 20-piece for Jokic with 7 rebounds, 9 assists, and 2 blocks. 18 for Will Barton, 16 for Gary Harris, Gallinari with 13, and Moutier with 10. And then the win against the Hornets, 27 for Jefferson, Jeremy Lin with 20, Frank Kaminsky with 17, and Kemba Walker with 14. 26 for Will Barton, 19 for Gallinari, 19 for Yusuf Nurkic, Nikola Jokic with 18 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals, so another double-double. And Jameer Nelson with 10 points and 12 assists, so a double-double. And then the loss to the Miami Heat, 27 points and 10 rebounds for Gordon Dragic, so a double-double. 26 for Chris Bosh, 20 for Dwayne Wade, 10 points for Josh Richardson, and 10 points for Stoudemire. 20 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists, and a block for Nikola Jokic. 12 points for Barton, 12 points for Miller, and 8 points and 12 rebounds for Nurkic. So yeah. And then the win against the Mavs, 37 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists for Nikola Jokic with 1 block, so a double-double. 25 for Will Barton, 23 for Yusuf Nurkic, Gary Harris with 12, 19 points for Chandler Parsons, Dirk Nowitzki with 18, and D. Williams with 13, and JJ Barea with 13. And then the All-Star game happened. And then Team Steph gets the 117-114 win over Team LeBron. Top scorers for Team LeBron were Embiid with 18, John Wall with 17, LeBron with 15, Harden with 11, and Giannis with 10. Top scorers for Team Steph was Steph Curry with 30, Lillard with 15, Draymond Green with 14, Carmelo Anthony with 12, D Wade and Jimmy Butler both with 10. And then the loss to the Cavs, 37 points for Kyrie, 21 points and 14 assists for LeBron, so a double-double. 19 points and 19 rebounds for Kevin Love, so a double-double. 15 points for Mo Williams. And then we got Nikola Jokic with 21 points and 11 rebounds with 3 assists, 3 steals, and a block, so another double-double. 11 points each for Gary Harris and Mike Miller, and then Moutier with only 10 points. And we got the win against Memphis, 16 points for Mike Conley, 16 points and 13 rebounds for Randolph, so a double-double. 16 for Sarge, 14 for Jeff Green, and 12 points for Tony Allen. 32 points for Will Barton, 29 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals for Nikola Jokic, so a double-double. 20 points for Moutier, Yusuf Nurkic with 14 points and 12 rebounds, so a double-double. Gary Harris with 10 points. Then we move on to the loss against the Clippers. 16 points for Jameer Nelson, 14 for Yusuf Nurkic, Gallinari with 11, and Nikola Jokic struggled with 11 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. 22 for Jamal Crawford, 21 points, 10 rebounds, and 13 assists for Blake Griffin, so a triple-double. JJ Redick with 17, DeAndre Jordan with 16 points and 14 rebounds, so a double-double. And in the loss to the Rockets, 66 points coming from James Harden, Jason Terry with 14, and Clint Capella with 12. 32 points, 14 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, and a block for Nikola Jokic, so a double-double. Gallinari with 15, Mike Miller with 11, and Moutier with 10. Then we move into March, so we'll go from February 28th to March 25th with 14 wins and 49 losses. So we'll simulate through, we'll re-simulate again. And we start March with a loss to Memphis, a loss to Toronto, a loss to Chicago, and get a win against the Spurs, lose to the Nets, and then lose to the Raptors, lose to Detroit, lose to the Knicks, and lose to the Nets. So as of March 19th, we got a record of 15 wins and 57 losses in Nikola Jokic's first year. So we'll check the loss against Memphis. 29 points and 12 rebounds for Yusuf Nurkic, so a double-double. 16 for Gallinari, Jameer Nelson with 13. 12 points for Barton, 11 for Gary Harris. And 5 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists, and 3 steals for Nikola Jokic, so still got a double-double. 21 points for J. Michael Green, Mike Conley with 19, Dario Saric with 16, and Vince Carter with 13. And then Zach Randolph with 10 points and 14 rebounds, so a double-double. And then the loss to the Raptors, 33 points and 14 rebounds for Yusuf Nurkic, so a double-double. 29 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, and a block for Nikola Jokic, but he fouled out. 29 points in 36 minutes, but he fouls out for Nikola Jokic. And then 10 points each for Will Barton and Gallinari. 27 points for DeRozan, 23 points and 13 assists for Kyle Lowry, so a double-double. 17 points and 13 rebounds for Jonas Valanciunas, so a double-double. 14 each for Norman Powell and Corey Joseph. And then the 1 point loss to the Bulls. 20 points for Yusuf Nurkic, 14 for Moutier, 12 points each for Will Barton and Gallinari, 12 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 blocks for Nikola Jokic, 20 points and 11 rebounds for Jimmy Butler, so a double-double, 13 for Joakim Noah, 12 points for Bobby Portis, and Pau Gasol with 11 points and 14 rebounds, so a double-double. And then March 10th against the Spurs, we get the win. 25 points for Manu Ginobili, 24 for Kawhi Leonard, Tony Parker with 14, LaMarcus Aldridge with 13, and Danny Green with 12. 29 points for Gallinari, 24 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists with a steal for Nikola Jokic. 20 points and 13 rebounds for Yusuf Nurkic, so a double-double. 19 for Jameer Nelson. And then the loss against the Nets, 24.7 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, and a block for Nikola Jokic. 16 for Barton, 15 for Nurkic, and 11 for Gallinari. And then Brook Lopez with 46 points, Bogani with 17, Joe Johnson with 16 points and 12 rebounds, so a double-double. Bogdanovich with 15, Jared Jack with 11 points and 18 assists, so a double-double. And then the loss to the Raptors, a 30-piece and 10 rebounds for DeRozan, so a double-double. 21 points and 21 rebounds for Jonas Valanciunas, so a double-double. 18 for Norman Powell. 21 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal for Nikola Jokic, so a double-double. 14 for Gary Harris. Will Barton with 13 points and 11 rebounds, so a double-double. Then the loss to the Pistons. 23 for Marcus Morris Sr., 12 points and 10 rebounds for Reggie Jackson, so a double-double. A 20-piece, 11 rebounds and 4 assists for Jokic, so a double-double. 12 points each for Mike Miller and Moutier. And in the loss to the Knicks, 25 points and 13 rebounds for Kristaps Porzingis, so a double-double. 25 for Lopez. Carmelo Anthony with 21 points and 15 rebounds, so a double-double. Galloway with 15 points and 10 rebounds, so a double-double. 21.7 rebounds, 2 assists and 2 steals for Jokic. 18 for Moutier. 12 points for Jameer Nelson. 12 points and 13 rebounds for Yusuf Nurkic, so a double-double. And in the loss to the Nets, a 20-piece for Lopez, 19 for Bogdanovic, Jared Jack with 15 points and 11 assists, so a double-double. 15 points and 10 rebounds for Joe Johnson, so a double-double. 14 for Wayne Ellington, 13 points and 12 rebounds for and Andrea Bagani, so a double-double. Yusuf Nurkic with 16 points and 10 rebounds, so a double-double. 14 for Barton, 14 points and 13 rebounds for Nikola Jokic with 4 assists and 3 steals, so another double-double. We move on and we'll finish March into April, so we'll go from March 19th to April 2nd with a 15 wins and 57 losses, so we'll simulate through. We take a loss to Washington, a loss to the Bucks, then a win against the 76ers, and then we finish March with a loss to New Orleans and a loss to the Suns. Then we'll go to the game before the last game, we'll take a win against the Rockets, a win against the Suns, and then lose to Utah. So as of April 8th, we've got 18 wins and 63 losses. So check the loss against Washington. 27 points and 16 assists for John Wall, so a double-double. 24 for Bradley Beal. Marcin Gortat with 16 points and 17 rebounds, so a double-double. Otto Porter with 13 points and 11 rebounds, so a double-double. 16 points, 5 rebounds, 11 assists and a steal for Nikola Jokic, so a double-double. 15 for Mike Miller, 14 for Moutier. Yusuf Nurkic with 13 points and 11 rebounds, so a double-double. And then the loss to the Bucks, 22 points for Gallinari, 18 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists and a steal for the Joker, so a double-double. 18 points and 11 rebounds for Yusuf Nurkic, so a double-double. Jameer Nelson with 16. Giannis with 27 points and 11 rebounds, so a double-double. 22 for Micah Carter-Williams. And then the win against the Sixers, 23 points, 14 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal and a block for Nikola Jokic, so a double-double. 19 for Mike Miller, 17 for Barton, 17 for Gallinari, and 14 for Jameer Nelson. Embiid with 23 points and 10 rebounds, so a double-double. 17 for Jason Richardson, 16 for Nerlens Noel, 16 for Jeremy Grant. And then the loss against New Orleans, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 steals for Nikola Jokic. 16 for Barton, 14 each for Jameer Nelson and Gallinari. 12 points for Yusuf Nurkic and 11 for Mike Miller. Tyreek Evans with 27. Eric Gordon with 26. Anthony Davis with 21 points and 14 rebounds, so a double-double. And then the loss to the Suns, 24 for Bledsoe, Brandon Knight with 20. 18 for TJ Warren and Devin Booker. 26 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists for Nikola Jokic, so a double-double. 18 for Barton. 15 points and 11 rebounds for Yusuf Nurkic, so a double-double. Gallinari with 8 points. In the loss to Golden State, 24 points for Gallinari, 15 for Barton and Harris, 11 points for Jameer Nelson, 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 11 assists for Nikola Jokic, so another double-double. And then 27 points for Marcus Bates, 23 for Harrison Barnes, 20 points and 12 assists for Steph Curry, so a double-double. 18 for Clay. Draymond Green with 16 points and 13 rebounds, so a double-double. And then the win against the Rockets, 23 for Harden, 13 for Beverly. Dwight Howard with 12 points and 13 rebounds, so a double-double. Trevor Ariza with 10 points. 31 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists for Nikola Jokic, so a double-double. 25 for Mike Miller, 14 for Gary Harris. And then the win against the Suns, 35 for Brandon Knight, 22 for Markieff Morris, 18 for Jordan McRae. Booker with 14. 29 points, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists for the Joker, so a double-double. 28 for Gallinari, 19 for Gary Harris, 16 for Moutier, and 14 for Will Barton. And then the loss to the Jazz, 25 points for Trey Burke, 22 for Alex Burks, Rudy Gobert with 19 points and 11 rebounds, so a double-double. And Hayward with 17. 23 points for Yusuf Nurkic, 22 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal for Nikola Jokic, so a double-double. 21 for Will Barton and Moutier with 12. Then we'll simulate the last game, and we win against the Kings. So James Harden gets MVP. Joel Embiid gets Rookie of the Year. Yusuf Nurkic gets 6th Man of the Year for the Nuggets, so Nuggets are prospering an award. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Anthony Davis. Andre Drummond gets Most Improved. Billy Donovan gets Coach of the Year with 64 wins and 18 losses. So it means OKC got the best record for the year. And then we move on. So All-NBA first team is James Harden, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Anthony Davis. All-NBA second team is Russell Westbrook, Dame Lillard, Paul George, Blake Griffin, and Kristaps Porzingis. All-NBA third team is John Wall, Chris Paul, Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, and DeMarcus Cousins. All-defensive first team is Jimmy Butler, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Anthony Davis. All-defensive second team is Russell Westbrook, Eric Bledsoe, Draymond Green, Paul George, and Rudy Gobert. All-rookie first team is Embiid, TJ McConnell, Bobby Portis Jr., Rashawn Holmes, and Terry Rozier 3. And we'll advance on. So it's going to be Portland, New Orleans, and Utah and Sacramento in the play-in in the West. And the play-in in the East is going to be Toronto, Charlotte, and Washington, Brooklyn. So we'll simulate the play-in. So it's going to be now OKC play Portland, LA Clippers, Phoenix, Houston, San Antonio, Golden State, New Orleans in the West. And in the East it's going to be Atlanta, Charlotte, Orlando, Chicago, Detroit, Boston, and Cleveland, Toronto. So for Nikola Jokic's rookie year, with besides Jameer Nelson, Will Barton, Gary Harris, Gallinari, and Yusuf Nurkic, Nikola Jokic's rookie team ends up with a win streak of 19 wins and 63 losses, with a win percentage of .232, which is the worst squad builder I've done so far. We needed 46 wins just to make playoffs. So as for Nikola Jokic in his first year, he ends up with 19 wins and 63 losses and can't make the playoffs. So we'll simulate the first round of the playoffs. So we'll simulate round 1. And now it's going to be OKC play Phoenix, Golden State, San Antonio, Atlanta, Chicago, Cleveland, Boston. So we'll simulate the second round to see who makes the finals. So we've got an OKC, San Antonio final and a Cleveland, Atlanta final. So it's first place 6 in the West and first place 2nd in the East. So we'll watch the Spurs play OKC in the West. So we'll simulate game 1. And OKC take game 1, 159-112. 41 for Kevin Durant, 31 for Dion Waiters, 17 for Serge Ibaka, 17 points and 11 rebounds for Ernst Freedom, so a double-double. 15 points and 14 assists for Westbrook, so a double-double. 30 for Tony Parker, Tim Duncan with 23, and Kawhi Leonard with 22, and LaMarcus Aldridge with 14. And then Cleveland take game 1 in the East. And then we move on to game 2 in the West. So we'll simulate game 2. And OKC are up 2-0. They get the 126-121 win over the Spurs. 33 points and 14 assists for Westbrook, so a double-double. 27 for Kevin Durant. 14 for Dion Waiters. 14 points and 10 rebounds for Ernst Freedom, so a double-double. 24 for Manu Ginobili, LaMarcus Aldridge with 19, Danny Green with 17, Tony Parker with 14 points and 10 assists, so a double-double. 14 points and 14 rebounds for Tim Duncan, so a double-double. And 11 points for Kawhi. And Cleveland take game 2 in the East, so move on to game 3 in the West between OKC and San Antonio. So here goes game 3. And San Antonio take game 3, 150 to 112. 33 for Kawhi Leonard, 20 for Tim Duncan, 19 points and 14 rebounds for LaMarcus Aldridge, so a double-double. 16 points and 10 assists for Tony Parker, so a double-double. And Kyle Anderson with 13. 31 points for Westbrook, 21 for Dion Waiters, 15 points for Kevin Durant, 14 for Serge Ibaka, and 11 points for DJ Augustine. And then Atlanta also took game 3, so Cleveland lead 2-1 over the Hawks. So move on to game 4 in the West. So here goes game 4. And OKC have gone up 3-1. 123-99 in game 4 win. 28 for Kawhi, 22 for Tony Parker, 14 points and 10 rebounds for Tim Duncan, so a double-double. 47 points and 12 rebounds for Westbrook, so a double-double. 23 for Kevin Durant, 18 for Serge Ibaka, 14 for Dion Waiters, and 10 points for DJ Augustine. And then the Cavs are also up 3-1 in the East, so move on to game 5 in the West, so simulate game 5. And Russell Westbrook gets Western Conference Finals MVP. So we're going to have a Thunder Cavs final. So the Cavs end up beating Atlanta 4-1 in the East, and OKC beat San Antonio 4-1 in the West. OKC get the 113-111 win. 28 for Westbrook, 25 for KD, 20 for Dion Waiters, and 11 for Ennis Freedom. 27 for Ginobili, 25 for Tony Parker, Tim Duncan with 14 points and 10 rebounds, so double-double. 13 for Kawhi and 13 for Kyle Anderson. And then the win against the Cavs getting the 4-1 win against Atlanta with the 140-133 win in overtime. 28 points for Kyle Korver, 24 for Jeff Teague, Tiago Splitter with 19, Kent Bazemore with 12, and Dennis Schroeder with 12. A 30-piece and 15 assists for LeBron, so a double-double. 26 for Kyrie Irving, 20 for J.R. Smith, 15 points and 12 rebounds for Kevin Love, so a double-double. 13 points and 10 rebounds for Tristan Thompson, so a double-double. And now we'll look at the road to the finals. So OKC bet Portland 4-0 in the first round. Then OKC bet Phoenix 4-1 in the second round. And then they bet San Antonio 4-1 in the finals to make the NBA Finals against the Cavs. Then we'll check the Cavs' road to the finals. The Cavs beat Toronto in 7 games. Then they beat Boston in 5 games. And then they beat Atlanta in 5 games to make the final. So we'll simulate the first game between the Cavs and OKC. So here goes game 1. And Cavs take game 1, 130-124. 32 points for Kevin Durant, a 30-piece, 13 rebounds and 11 assists for Westbrook, so a triple-double. Dion Waiters with 26 and DJ Augustine with 14. 42 points for Kyrie, 20 points and 13 assists for LeBron James, so a double-double. 18 points and 11 rebounds for Kevin Love, so a double-double. 18 for Mo Williams and 13 for J.R. Smith. Move on to game 2 of the finals, and here goes game 2. And the Thunder have locked it up. They take the 138-109 win. 32 points for Kevin Durant, 21 points and 10 rebounds for Ibaka, so a double-double. 18 for Dion Waiters, 15 points, 13 rebounds and 11 assists for Westbrook, so a triple-double. 31 points, 11 rebounds and 7 assists for LeBron, so a double-double. 20 for J.R. Smith, 15 points for Kevin Love, but he fouled out. 11 points for Dellavedova. We move on to game 3, and we'll simulate game 3. And Cavs are up 2-1. They get the 143-107 win. 37 points coming from Kyrie Irving, 28 points and 17 assists for LeBron, so a double-double. 20 for Mo Williams, 17 for Kevin Love and J.R. Smith for 14. 27 for Dion Waiters, 27 for Kevin Durant, 19 for Westbrook and 13 for DJ Augustine. Then move on to game 3. Is it? No, game 4. Moving on to game 4 of the finals. And Cavs are up 3-1 as they take a 134-113 win in Game 4. LeBron James with 32 points, 10 rebounds, and 15 assists, so a triple-double. 25 for Mo Williams, 22 for Kyrie, 18 points and 12 rebounds for Kevin Love, so a double-double. Matthew Dellavedova with 13 points and 12 assists, so a double-double. A 30-piece for KD, 17 for Cameron Payne, 16 for Dion Waiters, and 15 for Westbrook. We move on to Game 5, and we'll simulate Game 5. And Thunder have kept it alive. They move it to a Game 6 by taking a 115-113 Game 5 win. 35 for Kevin Durant, 34 points, 15 rebounds, and 10 assists for Westbrook, so a triple-double. 12 points for Dion Waiters and 9 points for Augustine. 24 points and 10 rebounds for LeBron, so a double-double. 21 for Kevin Love, 19 for Dellavedova, 15 points and 10 assists for Kyrie, so a double-double, and 15 for J.R. Smith. We'll move on to Game 6, and we'll see if OKC can force a Game 7 in the finals. So here goes Game 6. And no, the Cavs end up winning it in 6 games. LeBron James ends up with Finals MVP as they get the 134-131 win over OKC. 45 points and 12 rebounds with 9 assists for LeBron, so a double-double. 32 for Kyrie, 13 for Kevin Love, 13 points for Dellavedova and 10 assists, so a double-double. And 10 for J.R. Smith. 39 points for Westbrook, 38 for Kevin Durant, Dion Waiters with 20, and DJ Augustine with 10. So in the 2015-2016 season, with Nikola Jokic being a rookie, alongside Yusuf Nurkic, Gallinari, Gary Harris, Will Barton, and Jameer Nelson, the rookie Nikola Jokic's team ends up with 19 wins and 63 losses in his rookie season, with a win percentage of .232. So we end up we don't make the playoffs, as we needed like 46 wins just to make the playoffs. As so then the OKC ended up making the finals, and so did the Cavs, and the Cavs end up beating the Thunder 4-2. So as for all you viewers watching this video and enjoying it, don't forget to hit that like button. And for all you new viewers out there, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, as it's free. And I appreciate every single one of you that hits that subscribe button, as I'm on that road to 1,300 subs. And I appreciate every single one of you that smashed that subscribe button, as this is another video in the books. And yeah, we're about to wrap this video up, as that's Nikola Jokic's rookie season complete on Hall of Fame difficulty, as that's going to be another video in the books. And that's NZ Blasian out, and we'll catch you in the next video. NZ Blasian out.